Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video is going to be a really simple drill to make sure you're using your lower body correctly in the downswing to create maximum ground force reaction. All that means more power. Stay tuned to find out more. As mentioned, today's video is all going to be about using the ground correctly, using your legs correctly to create maximum force, maximum energy. So I'm going to be demonstrating this with a driver, but this would be relevant with any golf club. So I don't care what you've got in your hand. And what we're going to be talking about here is the role of the lower body to create maximum ground force. So ground force reaction is effectively us pushing into the ground, and it's the resistance that we're getting back. We can use that to help us generate more speed, more distance. So that is the aim of this video, is the role of the lower body. And I'm going to share with you a real simple drill in just using another golf ball. It could be something different, but the range ball does work really well, especially off turf. So what we're going to do is set up, and I'm going to put the ball under my heel of my trail foot. So for me as a right-handed golfer, my trail side is my right side, so it's going to go under my right heel. So the ball is on the ground there under my right heel. And what I'm going to be trying to do at the start of the downswing is actually apply a little bit of pressure down through my trail foot into the ground. So I'm feeling like I'm actually pushing down at the very completion of the backswing, start of the downswing, in that transition movement. I'm feeling like I'm pushing down through that trail foot. Now that does a couple of things. By me pushing down into my trail foot, it is then much easier for me to actually push off that. So if we push down through our trail foot, the force is actually going to help us then shift that pressure into our lead side where we want it to be at impact. So if we can get to an impact position where we've got 80% of our pressure through our through our lead leg, we're doing really well. We're creating some real force there, but it can't go straight to that foot. So what we don't want to do is get to the top of the backswing and put that pressure straight away into that front foot. It's got to be a gradual movement, and we actually want to feel like we start the downswing by putting a little bit more pressure into this ball that is underneath my trail foot. So I feel like I'm applying some pressure downwards there to then start to use that energy. So with this drill, it's a downward movement on the golf ball, push it into the ground, and then it's a roll the trail foot towards the lead leg. So the start of the downswing would be a pushing down movement into the trail foot, and then from halfway down into impact, it's feeling like that trail foot, that trail knee is moving towards my lead side here. As my body shifts to my pressure shifts towards my lead leg, my body is also going to be starting to unwind and get out of the way. So it's going to be opening again, another huge power source. What I get with a number of golfers is them shifting their pressure too quickly from their trail foot to their lead side. We want it to be a gradual shift of pressure that I have talked about in a couple of videos, and I will put some links into this one here that are going to be very relevant for you. But we want to feel like we're gradually shifting the pressure. So I'm around left arm parallel to the ground, around 60 to 70% of my pressure into my lead leg, then it's 80, 90, until I get into maximum velocity and maximum pressure onto my lead side at impact. And this trail ball, so this ball under the trail heel really helps me feel that. So I'm going to feel like I apply some pressure, so I stay back, I don't shift too early, and that's really then going to help me feel like I can roll the foot inwards. So it's down through the right foot and then a push off the right side. So I'm going to just do this with a little less pace before hitting a fuller one. So the feeling is definitely going to be at the start of the downswing in the transition, applying pressure downwards into my trail foot, and then it's going to be a rolling movement towards my lead side. Let me just go ahead and hit one nice slow pace just to start with. So got the sensation there, start of the downswing, it was a downward into the trail foot, and then into impact, actually starting to shift towards my lead side. I would say if I was being picky, I don't feel like I got my body open enough through impact, and I did feel my pressure a little bit more out to my lead toe than I would want it to be. So my body should be, as my trail foot starts to roll inwards, my lead hip should be moving out of the way and creating that space. Let me just try that with a little bit more pace after rehearsing the movement again. To the top, push down on the ball to here. Roll that foot inwards, so applying the pressure, the force at the right time. Let me give it a go with more pace now. That felt good, that felt very solid. Nice fairway found, definitely got that sensation that I was applying pressure here first before starting to move into my lead side. So simply putting a ball on the ground, standing on it so it's through the middle of the right heel of your trail heel, applying force to it first. That seems strange for a lot of people. They want to shift from here to here straight away. We actually want it to be a gradual movement. And remember, equal and opposite reaction. So if we put force outwards into our trail foot, that's really going to help us start to use the ground correctly to get that pressure then moving towards our lead side at impact where we really want it to be. I know if you can give that exercise a go, it's really going to help you use the legs correctly in your golf swing, which is ultimately going to give you more speed, more power. If you did enjoy the content, make sure you give us a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel for all the other content to make sure you don't miss another video. It is for free, you've got nothing to lose. Cheers.